Hey there, yogi. I'm Melanie, and welcome to the flow today. It's all about being centered and clear, a great practice if you're feeling like life is chaotic. So let's make our way to the mat. You can grab your mat, a block if you have one. Let's get going. And we will start in a seated position. I'm going to boost my hips on a block here. You can use a pillow, anything else that will elevate the hips, or maybe you want to be flat on the mat, completely up to you. Bring your hands together at heart center. Feel free to close the eyes. Take a big breath in. And sigh away any struggle. Let the hands fall to the thighs or knees, palms face up. And on your inhale, circle the arms out and up. Big stretch to the sky. And on your exhale, press your palms together and draw them all the way down into center. It's this calming, centering, moving meditation. Take it on again. Inhale, arms wide, out and up. And exhale, drawing the hands down into home base, into the heart space. Inhale, out and up. And exhale, down and in. Let's take another round. Inhaling. And exhaling. Pause here for a big breath. And a sigh out. Inhale, boost your spine. And on your exhale, take a nice easy twist to one side, bringing your hand to your knee or your thigh. Bring your opposite hand, your fingertips behind you. Pause for a moment, feel the sitting bones anchor down, the crown of the head lift. And then every time you breathe out, you can explore the space that the twist offers you. But make sure you are moving mindfully, no pushing, straining, or forcing. Unwind, come back to center, palms will meet, inhale to lift. And exhale, twisting to the other side. Hand meets the thigh, fingertips press into the mat behind you. Maybe closing your eyes. Inhale for a boost. And exhale to enjoy the twist. And then bring it back to center. Big breath in. How about a lion's breath? Stick out your tongue. From there, lift out of the seated position. We'll come into hands and knees. And from hands and knees, we'll take a shift. A couple of options here. You can shift back into downward dog if that's in your practice, if that's feeling good today. And if you don't want to go downward dog, I'll show you child's pose. It's a really nice resting position, provided that you're comfortable here. You can sit back, hips to heels, knees can be together or wide, arms reaching forward, or maybe you want to stack your hands, resting your forehead there, so you can certainly stay in child's pose. If you're feeling like you want to press up into downward dog, place your hands underneath your shoulders, fingers spread wide, curl the toes under, and a big press down to lift on up, creating this upside down V in your body. Your feet can be hip width apart or maybe a little wider if your hamstrings are feeling tight or cranky today. And we'll start with just a little walking in place, walking of your downward dog. A little nod of the head, release through the face and the jaw, and shaking away any distractions, any chaos. Pause here and really enjoy this connection you have to the mat and to the ground, feeling so supported in this place. If you're in child's pose, come into hands and knees. And we'll step to just about the middle of the mat into ragdoll. So feet about hip width apart. And big bend in your knees as you melt forward. You can take a little sway if you'd like. Always an option to hold on to the elbows. Just a little rock. And let your hands drop if you were holding on the elbows. And begin a slow roll up. Activate the belly, find core support. Keep pressing down into your heels and come up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 at the top. Inhale, give your shoulders a lift. And sigh them down the back. Let's step all the way to the top of the mat. And coming into our mountain pose, I like to take mountain pose with the feet a little wider. So sometimes feet together is good, but sometimes a little wider. You feel like, yeah, I'm standing my ground. No one's gonna shake me off my path. So that's where we wanna be today. Just bring your hands to your hips for a moment and feel the 4 corners of each foot root into the ground. So you're standing at the top of the mat here. I'm just gonna face you so you can see what we're at. Once you have this position, feel the 4 corners of each foot rooting into the ground. Strengthen your thighs. Feel the low belly lift as the tailbone drops. Shoulders onto the back. Energy shooting out through the fingertips, palms spinning forward, and the crown of the head lifting to the sky. Let's take a breath here, inhaling together. And letting that go. Bring your hands to your hips. Let's shift the weight now into the left leg. So left leg will take the weight. Right knee spins out to the side. We're opening up into Vrikshasana, tree pose. You can start with just your heel connecting to your ankle. I'll face you again so you can see that connection. I call this a little itty bitty baby tree. If you want to go a little deeper into the balance challenge, foot to the inner calf. Deeper still, let's see, foot all the way up to the inner thigh. And whatever you choose, you want to squeeze the foot and the leg together into the midline. We'll mirror that action by pressing the palms together. Find your gaze point. And then you're going to drop your hands just down by your hips. Remember that moving meditation we found earlier? We're going to bring it in here. Inhale, arms up and overhead. And then exhale, hands down into center, calm, clear, and in the moment. Let's repeat it. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, down and in. And remember, there are worse things than falling out of tree pose. So be okay with a little stumble. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, down and in. Clear and focused. Bring your hands to your hips, point your knee forward, and just softly set the foot down. I'm going to step to the top of the mat again to join you. Release your arms by your side. Inhale, take the arms wide out and up. Big stretch. Exhale, the hands will meet. Bring the hands all the way down through center. Forward fold, fingers meet the mat. Relax your neck and head, and you can bend your knees as much as you need here. Inhale, palms to the shins, flat back, long spine. On your exhale, lower your fingertips, a little adventure. Step your right leg back behind you. Let's go warrior 2. Right leg, or right foot rather, will ground, so the foot is parallel with the back of the mat. And step the feet into one line so you have the front heel connecting to the arch of the back foot through an imaginary line. The front knee will bend, stacking directly over the ankle. Rise on up with strength and confidence, that right arm reaching up and overhead, and spinning open into your warrior 2. Hips are open, heart is open, stretch long through the fingers, and can we fire up center? So really draw in to that core connection and core support here, and feeling very anchored to your path, very anchored to the moment. Clear, calm, and centered. Flip both palms up. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Reach the arms overhead, maybe look up. And then exhale, turn the palms down, bend the knee, warrior 2. Repeat that. Inhale, rising up, floating up light and free. Exhale, enjoy the grounding. Turn both palms down, bend the knee, find your warrior stance. One more time. Inhaling. And exhaling. Take a breath in here in your warrior. And as you exhale, bring your forearm to meet your thigh. As your opposite arm, your free arm, either stretches straight up or alongside the ear. I like to create a little mudra, forefinger and thumb of that bottom hand meeting. And instead of closing in or rolling forward, I want you to think about spinning up towards the sky. Instead of sinking down into that bottom shoulder, press your forearm into your thigh so there's lots of space between your ear and your shoulder. One more breath here, finding strength, finding your roots. And then come all the way back up into warrior two. Circle your hands down to frame your foot. Lift that back heel. And let's take a couple of steps forward to the top of the mat. Feet about hip width apart, just melt forward. Remember all of that lovely ragdoll sway and release. Add that in here. And roll up, push into the heels. 5, firm the belly. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise to standing. Lift the shoulders as you inhale. Sigh them down. Hands to your hips. And taking the feet about hip width apart here as we take on our balancing posture, tree pose on the other side. So now it's the right foot that starts to take the weight. Press the four corners of that right foot deeply into the mat. Spin your left knee out to the side. And starting with that little connection heel to the ankle, maybe this is where you want to stay in balance. If you'd like, your foot can come up to meet the inner calf, and I can spin towards you to show you again. Or reach down, grab the ankle, draw the foot higher up to meet your inner thigh. We're squeezing the foot and leg together. Press your palms together. Find your gaze point somewhere where you can look to help you stay balanced. Then arms by your side. We're gonna move the arms. Inhale, flow them out and up. And exhale, take the hands down and in. And if it's too much to move the arms, just keep the hands at heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, calm, clear, focused and balanced down into heart space. One more round, you've got this. Inhaling up. And exhaling. Hands to the heart. And I'm going to move to meet you at the top of the mat. Bring your hands to your hips. Point your knee forward and set your foot down. Arms by the side. Inhale, let the arms go wide, out and up, big lift. Exhale, palms together, hinge and fold. Coming down into Uttanasana. Bend your knees if you need, relax your neck and head. Inhale, palms slide up the length of your shins, flat back, long spine. Exhale, lower your fingertips down, bending the knees, step your left leg back. Warrior two, nice long step back. We anchor the heel and see that the foot is parallel with the back of the mat. Wiggle your feet into one line so they are connected by an imaginary line. Bending that front knee, stack it over the ankle. Rise, your left arm can reach up and over to spin you open into your warrior two. Feel the low belly lift, the tailbone drop, strong connection to center, and expand out, taking up so much space here. Very much anchored and rooted to your path. Flip both palms up. Inhale, flying warrior, arms overhead. And then exhale, bend the knee, lunge into that front thigh, warrior two. Repeating, inhaling up. And exhale, find that confident, strong warrior. One more time, inhale, light and free, maybe look up. Exhale, standing your ground here. Take a breath in. Exhale, extended side angle, forearm meets your thigh. Forefinger and thumb of that bottom hand can connect. The free arm can lift straight up or over the ear, depending on what you like today. Instead of closing in, try to roll open, maybe even look up. Keep your forearm pressing down into the thigh so there's no sinking or sagging. Feel that you are supported and lifted. And come all the way up into your warrior two. Circle the hands down to frame your foot. Lift the back heel. And step forward a couple of steps to the front of the mat. A little more ragdoll love. Palms to the shins, flat back, half lift. And then lower your hands down, bend your knees, take a step back, downward facing dog. Take both knees to the ground. Sit, and we'll swing the legs forward. Sit at the middle of the mat, knees bent, feet on the floor, free the arms, and come down on 5, 4, use all of that wonderful core control, 3, 2, can't remember what comes next, and 1, all the way down. Bring both knees in and give yourself a little hug, a little squeeze. Keep your right knee in, and you can set your left foot on the floor. Wrap your hands around the back of your right thigh. Inhale. And with your exhale, send that right heel to the sky like you're standing on the ceiling, gently lengthening the leg. Let's repeat that. Inhale, bend the knee. And exhale, push up through the heel. And if your leg doesn't fully straighten, that is okay. One more time, inhaling. And exhaling. Hold here with the leg lifted. Point your right toes. Spread your right toes. Flex the right foot. Breathe in. Lion's breath out. Relax your shoulders. And then bend that knee into the chest. Hug both knees in. A little rock, a little roll. Keep your left knee in and set your right foot on the ground. Hands wrap around the back of your left thigh. Inhale here. And exhale, gently lengthening the left leg, pushing up through the heel, flex the foot. Move with breath, inhaling. And exhaling. One more time for that lovely hamstring love. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, lengthen the leg. Pause here, point the left toes. Spread the left toes. Flex that left foot. Roll your shoulders back, softening. Inhaling. And a little lion's breath. And then bending that knee into the chest, hug both knees in, rocking and rolling. Curl the forehead to the knees, tiny little ball, and then stretch out with a sigh, releasing and relaxing. Stay here for a few breaths, longer if you can. Enjoy the support of the ground. Enjoy how you feel. And take all of this grounding, centering, and clarity with you into whatever is next. I'll see you soon.